Are you sure you don't need any help with your bags? They look heavy.
No worries, I've got it all under control.
What does the man mean? Number 2.
I'm having trouble deciding on a color scheme for my new apartment. There are just so many options.
Why don't you pick one main color you love and build around it? You can always add accents later.
What suggestion does the man offer to the woman? Number 3.
I've been thinking about switching careers, but it feels like such a huge leap. I'm not sure if it's worth the risk.
It's definitely a big decision. You might want to test the waters first, maybe take a few courses or freelance in the new field before making a full switch.
What does the man suggest the woman do before switching careers? Number 4.
How's your new car handling?
It's a smooth ride so far.
What does the woman mean? Number 5.
You've been quiet all day. What's on your mind?
I'm just trying to bite my tongue and not say something I'll regret later.
What does the woman mean? Number 6.
I've noticed that the living room is getting cluttered. Maybe it's time to tidy up a bit this weekend.
You're right. We should clear out some of the old magazines and junk lying around.
What does the woman suggest doing? Number 7.
I can't believe you're still working on that puzzle. It's been days.
Yeah, but I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. I'm determined to finish it.
What does the man mean? Number 7.
I can't believe you're still working on that puzzle. It's been days.
Yeah, but I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. I'm determined to finish it.
What does the man mean? Number 8.
Do you think Sarah can help us with the decorations tomorrow?
I'm not sure, but I can ask her for you.
What does the woman imply? Number 9.
You've been cleaning all morning. Don't you want to take a break?
I'm on a roll. I want to finish while I'm in the zone.
What does the man mean? Number 10.
You're taking up gardening now? That's a surprise.
Yeah, I figured I'd give it a shot. I want to see if I have a green thumb.
What does the man mean? Number 11.
James, I almost didn't recognize you without your beard.
Yeah, I shaved it off yesterday. Everyone's been saying that today.
What can be inferred about the man? Number 12.
I can't believe the restaurant's closed. It's just past 8.
Well, it's off season right now, so they close earlier.
What does the woman mean? Number 13.
Do you think Mr. Thompson would be open to giving a lecture on his recent study?
Absolutely. He's always eager to share his findings with others.
What does the man mean? Number 14.
I'm really sorry. I left the camera you lent me at the studio.
No worries. I'll need it for the photo shoot later today, so just bring it over as soon as you can.
What does the woman imply about the camera? Number 15.
If you're not excited about the rock concert, we could see a jazz performance instead.
I'm not really into rock music. Jazz sounds much better.
How does the woman feel about the rock concert? Number 16.
Why is Jane feeling disappointed?
She didn't win the art competition she entered.
What does the woman say about Jane? Number 17.
Did you paint the house yourself?
No, it was painted by professionals last month.
What does the man imply? Number 18.
Who is teaching the advanced mathematics course this semester?
I heard that Professor Clark replaced Professor Davis.
What does the woman say about the mathematics course? Number 19.
How was the concert last night?
The band didn't disappoint us.
What does the woman imply about the concert? Number 20.
I heard that the project will not be completed on time.
It's not impossible that we could finish it ahead of schedule.
What does the woman imply about the project? Number 21.
Was the concert crowded?
There were almost no empty seats.
What does the woman imply? Number 22.
How was your trip to the beach?
No place is more relaxing than there.
What does the woman imply about the beach? Number 23.
I thought the book was incredibly dull and the plot was predictable from start to finish.
Absolutely. I felt the same way. It was really a letdown and didn't live up to its reviews.
What does the woman mean? Number 24.
Should we try that new Italian restaurant tonight?
I'm not sure. I've heard mixed things, but we could give it a shot and see for ourselves.
What does the woman imply? Number 25.
The party last night was so much fun.
I wish I could have stayed longer.
What does the man mean? Number 26.
Did you end up trying the new restaurant that just opened across town?
Had I been able to visit the place, I'm sure I would have enjoyed their menu. I had to cancel my plans though, so I haven't been there yet.
What does the man imply about the new restaurant? Number 27.
I've been trying to perfect my sourdough recipe for weeks. It's harder than I thought.
That's dedication. Have you tried adjusting the fermentation time or using different types of flour?
What suggestion does the man offer to the woman for improving her sourdough? Number 28.
I'm writing a novel set in a futuristic city. I want the setting to be unique. Any ideas?
Consider incorporating advanced technologies like floating vehicles and interactive holograms, and think about how the city's architecture reflects its culture.
What elements does the man suggest for making the futuristic city unique? Number 29.
We've been looking forward to having you join us for the book club discussion tonight. Did you have a chance to read the book?
I'm really sorry, but I just realized that I've miscalculated the time I need to complete a research paper that's due tomorrow. I've been completely engrossed in that, and I don't think I'll be able to join the discussion as planned.
What does the woman imply? Questions 31 to 34. Listen to a conversation between two friends.
Hey Emily, long time no see. How have you been?
Hi Jake. It feels like forever since we last hung out. I've been good, just super busy with work and a few personal projects. How about you?
Same here. Work has been hectic, but I've managed to find some time to relax. Speaking of which, I heard you went to that big art exhibition last weekend. How was it?
Oh, it was absolutely incredible. The exhibition was called Masters of Light, and it featured works from some of the greatest painters in history. The focus was on how they used light and shadow in their paintings. I was completely blown away by some of the pieces.
That sounds amazing. I've always been fascinated by how artists can manipulate light in their work. Was there any particular piece that stood out to you?
Definitely. There was this one painting by Caravaggio, The Calling of St. Matthew. The way he used chiaroscuro, the contrast between light and dark, was just mesmerizing. You could almost feel the intensity of the moment he captured. It's like the light was guiding your eyes directly to the most important part of the scene.
Caravaggio is a master of that technique. I wish I could have seen it in person. Did you get to see any modern interpretations of those techniques?
Yes, actually. There was a section dedicated to contemporary artists who've been inspired by those old masters. One artist, in particular, created a series of digital paintings that played with light in a very modern context. It was fascinating to see how they took those classic techniques and applied them to digital media.
That's really interesting. I love when artists can bridge the old with the new like that. So do you have any plans for this weekend?
I was thinking of going to the new botanical garden they just opened downtown. I've heard it's beautiful, and it seems like the perfect way to unwind after a busy week. How about you? Any exciting plans?
That sounds relaxing. I'm planning to start a new book this weekend. I've been really into historical fiction lately, and I just picked up The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. It's set during World War II and focuses on two sisters in Nazi-occupied France. I've heard it's a real tearjerker, but also incredibly powerful.
I've heard great things about that book. I love historical fiction, especially when it's well-researched and brings the period to life. You'll have to let me know what you think of it.
Number 31. What was the main theme of the art exhibition Emily attended? Number 32. Which painting particularly impressed Emily at the exhibition? Number 33. What does Jake plan to do over the weekend? Number 34. What is the book The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna about? Questions 35 to 38. Listen to part of a conversation between a student and her professor.
Dr. Miller, I'm trying to finalize a topic for my research project, but I'm torn between two ideas. I was thinking of either exploring the impact of social media on mental health or studying the effects of climate change on migratory bird patterns. Both seem really interesting, but I'm not sure which one would be more feasible.
Those are both excellent topics, Lisa. However, they're quite different in scope and methodology. The impact of social media on mental health is more focused on human behavior and would likely involve surveys, interviews, and data analysis. On the other hand, studying climate change's effects on migratory birds would require fieldwork, perhaps tracking bird populations and analyzing environmental data.
That's true. I'm a bit more comfortable with the idea of doing surveys, but the environmental aspect of the bird study really fascinates me. Do you think it's possible to combine both topics in some way?
It's certainly possible, but you'd need to narrow down your focus significantly. For instance, you could look at how climate change affects mental health in communities that rely on migratory birds, such as indigenous groups or people in rural areas. This way, you'd be able to incorporate elements of both topics while still maintaining a manageable scope for your project.
That's an interesting idea. I hadn't thought about linking them like that. It could provide a unique perspective, and it might be easier to find relevant studies and data. What would you suggest for gathering information on such a specific topic?
You'd want to start by reviewing existing literature on both climate change and mental health, particularly in the context of vulnerable communities. You could also reach out to experts in environmental psychology or public health. If possible, conducting a few interviews with community members or experts could provide valuable insights and help ground your research in real-world experiences.
That makes sense. I think I'll start by exploring the literature and seeing if there's enough material to build on. If it looks promising, I'll move forward with the combined approach. Thanks for the advice, Dr. Miller.
You're welcome, Lisa. I'm excited to see where your research takes you. Just remember to keep your focus clear and your scope manageable. And don't hesitate to reach out if you need any more guidance.
Number 35. What are they mainly discussing? Number 36. What does Dr. Miller imply about the two research topics Lisa is considering? Number 37. What suggestion does Dr. Miller give to help Lisa combine her two research interests? Number 38. What is Lisa's next step after her conversation with Dr. Miller? Questions 39 to 42.
Today, we're going to talk about the impact of invasive species on native ecosystems. Invasive species are non-native organisms that cause harm to the environment, economy, or human health. They can disrupt ecosystems by outcompeting native species for resources like food, water, and habitat. One classic example is the introduction of the cane toad in Australia. Cane toads were brought in to control agricultural pests, but they quickly became a problem themselves. They're toxic to many predators, which has led to significant declines in some native animal populations. Now, it's important to distinguish between invasive species and non-native species that don't cause harm. Not all introduced species are invasive. For example, many of the crops we rely on, like wheat and corn, are non-native but aren't considered invasive because they're cultivated in controlled environments and don't spread uncontrollably in the wild. In dealing with invasive species, prevention is crucial. Once an invasive species becomes established, it's incredibly difficult to eradicate. Methods like chemical control, biological control, and mechanical removal can help, but they're often expensive and don't always work. However, this approach can be risky if the introduced predator also starts affecting non-target species, leading to further ecological imbalance.
Number 39. What is the main topic of the professor's lecture? Number 40. According to the professor, what distinguishes an invasive species from other non-native species? Number 41. Why does the professor mention the cane toad in Australia? Number 42. What is one potential risk of using biological control to manage invasive species? Questions 43 through 46. Listen to part of a lecture in an astronomy class.
The concept of a habitable zone is central to our understanding of where life might exist in the universe. Also known as the Goldilocks zone, the habitable zone is the region around a star where conditions might be just right for liquid water to exist on a planet's surface, neither too hot nor too cold. Water is crucial because it's a solvent that facilitates the chemical reactions necessary for life as we know it. Now, the location of this habitable zone varies depending on the star's size and temperature. For example, a smaller, cooler star, like a red dwarf, would have a habitable zone much closer to it than our Sun's. In contrast, for a larger, hotter star, the habitable zone would be farther out. However, just being in the habitable zone doesn't guarantee that a planet can support life. There are other factors to consider. For instance, the planet's atmosphere plays a crucial role. A planet that's too small might not have enough gravity to hold onto a thick atmosphere, making it difficult to maintain liquid water. Conversely, a planet with too thick an atmosphere, like Venus, might have a runaway greenhouse effect, where temperatures become too high for liquid water to persist. Another consideration is the planet's magnetic field, which can protect the atmosphere from being stripped away by solar winds. Without a strong magnetic field, a planet's atmosphere could erode over time, as likely happened with Mars.
Number 43. What is the professor mainly discussing? Number 44. According to the professor, why is the habitable zone sometimes called the Goldilocks zone? Number 45. What does the professor imply about planets with thin atmospheres? Number 46. What example does the professor give of a planet with a runaway greenhouse effect? Questions 47 through 50. Listen to part of a talk in a history class.
Today, I want to discuss the role of canals in the economic development of the United States during the early 19th century. Before the advent of railroads, canals were crucial in facilitating the transportation of goods and people across the country. The most famous of these is the Erie Canal, which was completed in 1825. It connected the Great Lakes with the Atlantic Ocean via the Hudson River, allowing for much more efficient movement of agricultural products, raw materials, and manufactured goods between the western states and the eastern seaboard. The Erie Canal's success sparked a canal-building boom, with states across the country investing in similar projects. These canals not only lowered transportation costs but also spurred the growth of towns and cities along their routes, contributing to the economic development of the regions they passed through. However, the rapid expansion of the railroad network in the mid-19th century eventually rendered most canals obsolete, as trains could transport goods faster and more reliably over longer distances. One interesting aspect of canal history is the labor force that built them. The construction of canals, particularly the Erie Canal, relied heavily on immigrant labor, particularly from Ireland. These workers faced grueling conditions, often working long hours in dangerous environments for very low pay. Despite these hardships, their efforts were critical to the success of the canal projects, which in turn played a significant role in the economic growth of the United States during this period.
Number 47. What is the talk mainly about? Number 48. What does the speaker say about the Erie Canal? Number 49. According to the speaker, what eventually happened to most canals? Number 50. What does the speaker mention about the labor force that built the canals?